Hello and welcome back. Today's recipe is a special festive curry. Not just festive, actually you can make it anytime, to be honest. Today's recipe is chicken makhani. Not butter chicken, it's completely different. It's in a different sauce, a brand new chicken recipe just for you guys for the festive season or a long weekend. Whether you celebrate Diwali, Thanksgiving, Christmas, this is a great dish to share with your family and friends. Makhani means buttery. It's a buttery, delicious chicken. It's a Sunday. It's really warm for an October, weekend, which is quite scary. One child is watching World Cup and the other one's listening to music upstairs, so it's like a happening Sunday house right now. But as you know, it's my home kitchen, so everything goes right. I'm just gonna give this a clean and going to get started, but before that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. People often ask me how I get inspired or what gives me ideas to make certain recipes, and this is it. So I've got this in my head. I can almost taste it, this lovely gravy or curry and a beautifully cooked chicken in it, and that's what is in my mind, and I want to achieve that in this curry. And that's how I start thinking and coming up with recipe idea like that. I am going to not finely chop, just literally roughly chop these into small pieces. This is my beautiful curry pot, which I've recently seasoned it, and I'm using it so much now once it's seasoned. Absolutely love using this. So I'm going to get this nice and hot and add 2 to 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil. Just going to add in the onions. Just going to cook these for just 5 to 6 minutes until they start to get some color, basically. While that is nicely cooking away, I'm going to get 5 to 6 garlic cloves and peel them, roughly chop them, and a good piece of ginger, roughly chop this too. So you can see that the onions have started to get a little bit of color. So I'm going to add my roughly chopped ginger and garlic. Give it a couple more minutes. The next thing to go in is a handful of cashew nuts. So I would say 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. Let's just call it 20 cashew nuts. Give it another minute or two. At this stage, you can add chili if you want. I'm going to skip chili today and just going to roughly chop 4 tomatoes. Look at that. Now I'm going to give this just kind of 5 minutes until the tomatoes kind of start to soften up. So just 5 minutes on here. Right, so it has had 5 minutes. You can see the tomatoes have started to break up. I'm going to turn off the heat and let it cool down for 5 minutes and then blitz it to a paste. Can you see the tomatoes have broken up? That's what I'm looking for. Let it cool down. Okay, so this has had 5 minutes to cool down, and I'm just going to transfer it to a mixer and blitz it to a puree. Oh, it smells really lovely. And if you need, which actually I will need, just add like a 50 ml dash of water just to help it blitzed up. So the pan goes back on the hob. I haven't washed it. It's still the same. I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of oil again. Just 2 tablespoons so that I can add some whole spices to this. Today actually I've got hold of some Indian bay leaves, and the Indian bay leaves has got 3 veins, whereas the English bay leaves has just got 1. So I managed to get hold of some, so I'm adding 2 bay leaves, 3 to 4 cardamom pods and 1 cinnamon stick, which I will break up. Just give it a few seconds to release its flavor into the oil. Then we add the puree. And you might want a 50 ml liquid in here to help get all that out, because I really don't want to waste a single drop of this. Now this needs a little bit of time. So first of all, lower the heat. It will start splashing. Give it a mix and then just cover and cook this on low heat for around 15-20 minutes. But after 10 minutes, just stir it through so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. Give it some time here. It's been 10 minutes. I'm just going to quickly check on this spice masala. Lovely. Just going to give it a stir and put the lid back on for another 10 minutes. Can you hear the bubbling? Right, while this is bubbling away, I'm just going to prep the chicken. Here I have a whole chicken around 1.5 kilo, and my butcher has kindly chopped it into pieces, but they're still quite big. So I'm just going to cut them into slightly. I'm not really good at it, which is why I get him to just do it for me. So yeah, that's a better size for the curry. And that's the chicken chopped and ready. And now I'm going to add all the spices to the curry. Okay. My camera has gone a little foggy. I'm going to turn this off for a second, otherwise it won't stop spitting. And then I'm going to add the spices. So in goes a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of turmeric powder, teaspoon of garam masala, and 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, and also chili to taste. I'm just adding a pinch today because I've got guests coming who don't eat spicy food, so give it a mix. Also going to add a tablespoon of kasuri methi, which is dried fenugreek leaves. You can get it in Asian shops. If you don't have it, there is no really replacement for it. It's got a unique flavor. And now we add the chicken. Just gonna add in the pieces. I am not adding any water to this because the chicken will release its own moisture and there is enough water in the sauce. So I'm just gonna mix it up, stir it through, and then let this cook for 45 minutes. Look at that. Oh, you know this is gonna be good. You know that. Just make sure it's covered in the sauce and it's not outside. Then get the hob back on. Cook this on low to medium heat for 45 minutes. So it has been 45 minutes. This has been kind of simmering away. What I am going to do is check it, give it a stir, put the lid back on and let it sit for 10 minutes because I really want a coffee, and also just trying to calm down a little bit and sit in the juices, and then I will plate it up and add the last 2 things which I'll tell you in a minute. Right, let's just check this first. Just look at that. And the good thing about this pan is that I can just touch it and I know it's not gonna burn me. So I am just gonna add a sprinkling of sugar or honey, whatever you like, just to balance all the flavors. So half a teaspoon. So I'm just turning this off. I'm just gonna let this sit for 10 minutes. Right guys, now is the best part, right? So it's been sitting for 10 minutes. Let's see. Still piping hot. Now I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of double cream. And now I'm gonna mix this, right? Right, I'm gonna transfer it to serving bowl. So I'm just gonna put pieces in here to serve. That absolutely beautiful. And now I've got another small frying pan. I'm gonna get it nice and hot. And now I'm gonna get 4 to 5 green chilies and I'm just gonna thinly slice it. Okay, so the last bit, the best bit is tadka, butter tadka, makhan tadka, which is why this is called chicken makhani. And I've got a couple of heaped tablespoons of salted butter that will go in here. Let it kind of sizzle and melt. Then we add the chilies. Then a sprinkling of chili powder. Turn the heat off. Time to taste it. You know how much I absolutely love. Look, come. Look, the chicken is just falling apart. I just tried to pick it up and it's just falling apart. I have to try some spicy butter with it. Earlier I said I didn't add chili because I've got someone coming who doesn't eat chili, much spicy food. So that little portion will be for them. And this, the people who want chili can have that. I really hope you'll try this, guys. This, I say that for almost every chicken curry though. You be the judge. Try this and let me know in the comments below. Please do try it. Hope you will enjoy it yourself with your family or your friends. Have it with a nice garlic coriander naan or some onion and peas pulao. Either ways, it's going to be absolutely delicious, guys. So good. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.